Hello and welcome to an honest walkthrough and review of Glassbox Audio's debut product, the SDS IV drum synthesizer. With this product you're getting 63 drum sounds and analog punch, on-board effects, although that's a little bit debatable. I'll show you what I mean when we get into the product. This will set you back $49 USD, although if you use the code in the description, happy20, you will get 20% off of this product until the end of February. It works within the free Kontakt player 7, so you will require that. The actual demos here are absolutely awesome. But what is the reality? That's why you're here. So let's actually jump straight in to Logic Pro X. This is actually the instrument itself. That's how it looks. It looks really cool. There's actually 10 different channels of drum sound. And as I said with the effects, you have echo. I really wish they would have put something here where I can change this, right click or click on it and change it to not just echo, maybe something else, reverb, or just kind of EQ, low pass filter, high pass filter, just a choice of effects, because this is it. And every channel does have an echo and a panning, but it'd be nice to have a little bit more. But it's all laid out really nicely. You flick between the 10 channels here. You click the drop down to pick sounds. They're divided by where you can see kicks. And then if you go further, there's snare. So it's not just this is your kick sounds. It's all the 63 sounds you have, and then just pick the ones you like. There is a couple of presets. They've done 6 presets, and then you have the default. You've got your levels down here. You can turn it on or off. You can change the MIDI note. Very, very simple. Now, when it comes to drums, me personally, I am not a drummer. This is going to be a very Joe Blog review because I'm not an expert drummer, and in all honesty I write a lot of corporate music, so my drums don't have to sound the best in the world, and so I'm a cheater. I honestly, what I do is I right click, new drum track, and I use Logic's own cheat, which is this. I absolutely love this, by the way. That's how I normally do my drums. I'm going to hold up my hands and say this is honestly how I do my drums most of the time. Yes, you can right click and convert it to MIDI, and I sometimes go into the nitty gritty or then transfer that MIDI over to some drum samples I already have for the high end productions that I do. But that is how I do my drums. That's my background in drumming. I know what a drum is. But this really will be, I feel, a very honest and raw review and look at how this actually sounds in comparison to the demos that you listen to right here that are mixed and mastered. So I think it's time we actually had a quick listen to some of these sounds. So I've kind of made my own. I say kind of made my own. Spend a little bit of time messing around with this and trying to get the best out of it. You do have to set up your own patterny bits here. I love this, by the way, in Logic. You right click, instead of create MIDI, create pattern region. So I created a pattern region. I've mapped it all to everything you see on here, and just completely out of the box default, this is kind of the sound I was getting from it. A little bit of fun, nothing crazy, but if you've listened to some of the demos they've got on SoundCloud, these ones here, they're like full-blown tracks, but what I am showing you is the raw and honest sound you're going to get from it before you mix and master. And what I will say, it's a really nice palette. It's not something that's too loud, like playing it out the box. This, it's actually a very good overall volume. With some I've used, even some within Logic, you're peaking a little bit and you're having to really push everything down. This gives you a good foundation to mix into a track, so I will say that about this, and something I really do like about it. But that's the default right out of the box without us doing anything. Preset 1, let's move you over to here so you can actually see what we're doing. Preset 1, this is kind of how it sounds. Move over to preset 2. It really is that kind of vintage old analogy synth drum sort of sound. I have done another pattern. I promise you it's not just going to be that the whole video. This one actually works really nice on number 2. So that is the very raw sound that you're going to get from this library. Things that you can do, of course, add some echo, add some panning. I think the panning is definitely an extremely important feature, but actually going through some of the sounds, some of them are a bit more elongated. They are velocity sensitive, you might have noticed actually, especially with this first one. If I go over here, I did do some velocity stuff with the hi-hats, which is always nice to see, and the velocity sensitivity is very clean, I would say. But actually, let's go through just some of the raw samples. So right out the bat, we'll just flick through, I think, just about every sample we have. So that's your 801, a very classic drum sound. You can mess with the levels internally, which is nice if you want to mix it a bit, but I really do like the flat well-roundedness you're just getting out of the box. 80s. It's got a bit of bass to that one. I like the kick on that. The other one I really actually quite like going through it. This one. But again, what would be really nice is some EQ on each individual channel so I can slightly adjust it. I feel with drums, EQ is extremely important on each bit, and with this, I can only EQ the whole thing. I can't go into each individual one and put a low pass filter or a high pass filter on my kick. And I feel for $49, that's something I'd be really looking for in a drum. Anyway, back to flicking through some of these sounds. These are beautiful sounds, by the way. Ooh, that's another one. Stinger hit, that's nice. Or even an attack and release as well, so I can either bite into it or elongate a little bit. Again, I can't modify these sounds as much as I would like. Ooh. Nice little effect there. Subrise. And that's the 63 sounds. There you have it. Not much more to say. You've heard the little kind of demos I've done. They have got a couple of different presets there for you to mess with. It's an analog drum kit. I feel it just needs a little bit more fine tuning, maybe an update to add some more effects. I think that's my main qualm. The samples are beautiful. They're great. I just wish I could do more to each channel instead of just echo and pan. I feel echo is definitely not the most important one. If anything, EQ or even reverb should be more priority, but I think with an update or two, this could be amazing. I love the UI. It's absolutely gorgeous. Very simple. I love the layout. But as I said, I would just like to do more to each channel to fine tune that sound, especially at the price tag. Oh, and then you can divert them to different outs as well, which is nice. I've just got the default there. But overall, a beautiful and a great start. With some fine tuning, this could be an extremely handy tool. That's my honest opinion, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.